Does new chat know about the Mayo incident that happened a while ago? There was no Mayo incident. But you know what chat was getting on to me about? The Clip Channel comment section. They were unironically getting on my case about walking around my house in my underwear when I was younger with my parents in the house. Like, they're actually, like, revolt. Like, what? It's so weird that he does that. And it's just like, what? Walking around in your underwear when nothing's going on in a day and you're only with your family? That's normal. That's so normal. I don't know why people didn't. I thought that would be very, very related. How's that weird? Like, isn't it like a growing up thing where someone knocks at the door and you say, wait, and run to your room to get dressed? You know, like a family member knocks on the door in the middle of the day when you got a weekend free. You know? And then you're like, run! And then you got to quickly, like, run upstairs and get changed before, like, your nan comes in or something like that. Because you're just wandering about in your underwear. I think that's normal. Isn't that Pat Barry? It's not Pat Barry, not age 40. I'm not 40. I was a kid or a teenager. Like a young teenager. Younger kid before that as well, around that range. George Foreman didn't. Shut up, dude. Shut your mouth. You mad fool of a thing. You fool! He did. Well, rest in peace, George Foreman, then. Rip George Foreman. How old was he? Big George Foreman. I go out there, at least pretend to put a smile on me. How am I supposed to win if everybody's acting like I'm going out to a funeral? George Foreman, George Foreman, George Foreman. Screw George, damn George Foreman to hell. How old is he? George Foreman. I'm bigger than George Foreman? That can't be real. Big George Foreman, my size? Come on, that's a lie, isn't it? How old is he? 76. I mean, he lived a long life for a boxer. He said 45-70 in Spanish. That made sense. Thank you very much for the 2. Gene is a Mexican puppet. I think so. I don't trust Gene Silver. Anyone else? I sense demonic presence. I sense these, you know. Dude, I love this Bryce Mitchell promo, man. I love this Bryce Mitchell promo. He's calling religious holy war on Gene Silver, that he's a demon. That he's going to have the Bible in the cage. And Gene's going to be across the cage, grabbing onto the cage and, like, barking at him. I love this shit, man. I love this. This is different level promo, man. I love it. I'm not even saying gimmick. I just think this is Bryce. You know what I mean? And they're both Christian. Yeah, but one of them's a false Christian. No real Christian to get the Lord put across their chest on a tattoo. Ain't no real Christian going to be doing stuff like that. I'll tell you that much. Or believing in the world being a globe. You know, he ain't devout. Let's just call it that. Be honest, Goo. You felt the Holy Spirit take you when Bryce was giving his sermon. I do. Honestly, dude. Bryce is convincing me a little bit to maybe go the Christian path. I don't believe, but maybe with a Bryce Mitchell interview, I could. You never know. Thank you for the $5, dude. You felt Jesus for a second? Don't lie, bro. Haha. A little bit. I felt like, hey, man, I felt the power of the Lord coursing through me a little bit there. Thank you for the 300, man. Thank you for the $300. That's $300. Thank you for the $300. Thank you for the $300, dude. Chat, do I sponsor George fucking Hardwick until he gets back on his fucking feet? I'm fucking broken! Ah! He's my favorite of the Hardwicks. I may have to sponsor George Hardwick until he gets back on his feet, dude. I might just have to. If I get a renegotiated deal on the fucking Prize Picks thing, I'm fucking sponsoring George Hardwick, dude. I can't fucking let him lose. He's got a potential, dude. He must make it to the UFC. We need niche video game references at UFC press conferences. We need autism in the UFC. Good, sophisticated, fucking beautiful autism, not fucking dumb Gene Silver barking at Bryce Mitchell shit. Don't do it low-key. If he was good, he would have... Shut up! At least Harry keeps winning. Harry should be in the UFC, but they're not going to sign him. Thank you for the $300 again, Malone Hart. I appreciate that a lot. 3-2, and he won based on dropping him in the 5th. Okay, it's not bad. That's not bad. I'll take that. Rematch. Book it, dude. Run it back. Full preparation. Now he knows who the style is. That's not bad. 48-47, based on getting knocked down at the end of the 5th. I don't mind that shit. That's fine, dude. He could have won that. Rematch it. Run it back. When you interview those Hardwick B-leaguers, shut up. Thank you for the $2, dude. They're better than half the fucking roster in the UFC. It pisses me off, man. Why is it so hard to get some fighters in? If they're American and 5-1 on the regional scene. Mick Maynard was there and promised Curry. Okay, thank you for the £2. No, Mick Maynard was there! George Hardwick! Ah! Yeah! 2-2, he gets dropped in the 5th. Are you joking me? Yeah! Who's going to make niche Resident Evil 2 references? No. That's so unfair, man. Fuck, he was doing it as well. I forgot Mick Maynard. It wasn't 2-2. It was 3-1. The scorecards say otherwise. Shut up. Yeah. Fuck, man. Whenever he's under like spotlight for scouting, it seems to never come true for him. For fuck's sake.
Next up in the strawweight division, Sean O'Bannon taking on Ilia Topuria.
I did see the Ilia Pimblett fist bump, yeah. Interesting stuff. I feel like, yes or no, chat, they fucking ruined everything. You know? And everyone's saying wise decision, knowing what Ilia's capable of doing to him. He respects that he came into the harder division. He also loves that if Ilia gets the title, Paddy could jump some spots. Smart move. Ilia will destroy him. I mean, it looked like they had already sort of spoke to each other backstage because it looked like Ilia was waiting for that fist bump as well because he pointed at him afterwards. So everyone's acting like Pimblett's scared now because Ilia's at lightweight. But in reality, they probably met each other backstage and then they're just like, what's up, man? You're up here as well. Thank you for the £2. Would Jones never fighting Tom tarnish his legacy? Well, you know Ilia would be a fucking huge favourite. But man, Paddy is a big lad and people are counting him out. Paddy's massive. He really is massive for the division. He's a massive lad. For a lightweight. Like, not many lightweights are that size. He's like Makachev size. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And he's dangerous, you know. He's got high finishing instincts early. He's got power. So, it's the X-Factor stuff that Pimblett has an advantage with in that matchup, you know. It's like... Sure, like, Ilia's better him at boxing and better than him at this and better than him at that. But Pimblett's got that finish you out of nowhere type of style that just seems to be fucking thriving in MMA recently. Probably 5'10 and a half and decently sized frame. Exactly, yeah. And he's, yes or no, chat, he's got weirdly good genetics as well. Like, crazy good genetics for muscle. You know? Like, his frame is pretty insane, to be honest with you. I know people don't like giving him credit for that because he's just Paddy Pimblett, the medieval peasant. But in terms of his, like, shoulders and his fucking insertions and that, he's a fucking yoked guy. Feeling pretty lost. Been thinking about the Marines. Any thoughts, Guru? I figured it's a good path that could land me a nice Latina. Jesus Christ. Thank you for the 17 months of membership, filthy Frenchie. I wouldn't join the army right now because you're probably impending World War III at some point. So I wouldn't choose to do that now. But if you're feeling lost and you don't know what to do with your life, do something that's cool to mention that you did. You know, if you're stuck in that shitty job cycle, at least do something that's actually kind of fucking cool. You know what I mean? Even if it's risky. So I wouldn't say that Marines is the only option for that, but see if you can get into like fucking something that will give you some stories. You know, people end up in these 9-to-5 shitty jobs and they end up just not having any stories out of it because they're just in a cubicle or they're doing some like mundane task at some fucking warehouse. Maybe you could get into being a fireman. You know what I mean? Be a fireman. Get some dad law. I wanted to be a fireman when I was a kid, but it just never ended up happening. I was going to be. And I was going to try and work the early days of the week and then stream. But yeah, try that, man. Be a bouncer, you know what I mean? Something where you get some fucking stories or some shit. Don't end up in the Marines, because that's what they're looking for. Be a fireman. Something cool that you could say, you know, to do. Be a fireman and then figure something out on your off days, because you're so many days on and so many days off, you know. Ever been on a boat ride? Small boat ride? No, I've never been on a boat ride. Oh, no, I have. I went on a glass-bottom boat when I was a child on a holiday in Greece. I went on a glass-bottom boat tour. Nothing was seen but, like, little fish underneath the boat, basically. There's nothing interesting. There's no sharks or anything, you know. It's pretty fucking dull. I'm never letting my kids swim in the sea, you know. I was thinking about that the other day. I used to be swimming in the sea when I was a kid. I'm never letting my child swim in the sea. I just wouldn't be able to, like, do that without having fucking panic attacks about them getting fucking dragged under. You know what I mean? I hate the ocean. Fuck the ocean, man. That's the one thing I don't do is the ocean. I'll never go near a beach or an ocean. I don't know why. I'll go near a beach, but I ain't never going in the ocean. It's just, I don't know, man. I overthink it, I guess. It's just fucking terrifying to me. Hate the idea of it. And insult MMA Central to bring back the intro, please. You want me to fucking terminate your channel, do you?